Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie. And hey, before you start scrolling through the comments, maybe stop off and thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That'd be swell. Anyway, Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman, is the villain of the Sonicverse, be it games or comics or shows or, I don't know, ice cream. And just like Sonic, this guy isn't always the same. You wanted more versions from the Sonic universe, and I'm here to make that wish come true. So get ready, it's time for the top 10 alternate versions of Dr. Robotnik. Number 10. IVANNA Robotina. We didn't see this version a ton, but it's so rare to find a female version of Eggman that I felt I should include it. Cause it's not pretty. She comes from the Luna Zone, acting as the enemy of Sally Moon. Sound familiar? Yeah, this is the zone based on Sailor Moon characters, with IVANNA seemingly acting as a counterpart to Queen Beryl. This is actually one of the coolest versions of Robotnik though, because instead of roboticizing her enemies like Robotnik, she changes people into monsters. And monsters are just way cooler than robots. Sorry, not sorry. Number 9. ROBO-ROBOTNIK. Mechanical versions of Sonic can make him look pretty badass, but the robot version of Eggman is, it's not exactly fear-inspiring. It's like TikTok from Return to Oz meets Darth Vader. You know, check out that reference, but you don't see many Return to Oz references, huh? I'm watching it tonight. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. ROBO-ROBOTNIK comes from an alternate universe where he turned the freedom fighters into cyborgs. Then they turned on him, and he turned himself into a cyborg. Then he beat them and forced Cyborg Sonic to go get help. So yeah, ROBO-ROBOTNIK is pretty sick, even if he doesn't look so sick. Number 8. WARDEN ZOBOTNIK. WARDEN ZOBOTNIK comes from the No Zone, where he's in charge of the Zone jail. He isn't on the best of terms with Zonik, but apparently he does a decent job, most of the time. Zonik is one of the most popular versions of Sonic, and ZOBOTNIK is a pretty interesting version of Eggman. It's fun to see him actually in a different position, even if he's still kind of a jerk. Number 7. Eggman Boom. Eggman Boom is obviously the Robotnik from Sonic Boom. He actually looks a lot more normal, with his egg shape being essentially turned upside down, making him kind of look like the Iron Sheik with goggles. And, you know, without the keffiyeh on his head, and wearing a shirt. Okay, he doesn't look that much like him, whatever. What's nice about this version, though, is that he's a lot more laid back and funny, similar to his personality in Sonic X. At least until he builds another robot to kill them all. Number 6. Eggman with Eyes. The 2006 Sonic the Hedgehog game it wasn't the best. It was pretty glitchy with long load times and a weird plot, which resulted in it being panned by reviewers. For me, though, the worst part is the realistic portrayal of Eggman. Most of the time it's okay, if a bit strange, but the thing is, they make it so that you can see his eyes behind the glasses from certain angles. Ugh, no, I don't want to see his eyes. That isn't right. Just stop it. Number 5. Slopnik. This is the version of Eggman from the YouTube series Blonick. Here he takes on such totally original characters as Blonick and Bluckles. Now, we didn't actually see Eggman in the videos since the heroes were too distracted arguing about whether or not they're actually Sonic and Knuckles or totally original characters, but the creator of the videos drew him on the stream once. And he looks like this. Number 4. ROBOLACTUS. Here's one for the comic book fans, fittingly coming from the Archie comics. If you couldn't tell from the name, ROBOLACTUS is an amalgamation of Dr. Robotnik and Galactus, the planet-devouring being from Marvel Comics. Yes, he's awesome. Yes, he's huge. And yes, he still has a silver henchman. But he isn't quite as badass as the Surfer, because he's Silver Snively. Right when you thought Snively couldn't get any more unsettling. Number 3. Anti-Robotnik. Back to the Archie Sonic comics for this one, there are just so many great versions from those comics. Dr. Ivo Kintobor is the good version of Robotnik, and I just realized that his name is Robotnik backwards. He comes from the Antiverse, a world where the personalities of the main characters are largely swapped. The Freedom Fighters become the Anti-Freedom Fighters, or the Suppression Squad, while Eggman is actually a super nice guy who runs a hospital. Is he as cool as Evil Eggman? Probably not, but it's a nice change, although the skinny thing is totally jarring. Number 2. Sat AM Eggman. In the Saturday morning Sonic show, Eggman departed from his usual kinda angry, kinda silly, kinda funny thing and just went straight up bad guy. Although pretty much every kid's show from the 90s had that kind of bad guy, you know, Sonic, Inspector Gadget, Care Bears. You need a villain with a scary, gravelly voice. But this one was pretty great as far as the super evil Robotniks go. Plus, he was voiced by Jim Cummings, who was also the voice of pretty much everyone in every show ever. Jim Cummings is the man, but he has a funny name. Number 1. Sonic X Eggman. The Eggman from the Sonic X comics is widely viewed as one of the best and most fleshed out versions, and I can't help but agree. This version goes out for the approval from the public and actually ends up reforming quite a bit. He's pretty friendly with both Sonic and his robots, and ends up becoming such a good dude that Sonic kinda has to push him back towards villainy just so he has someone to fight. Plus, he was a Mexican wrestler, and a good one, which is amazing. And that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for more videos. Which of these versions do you like best? Let me know in the comment section down below, or give me your own favorite that wasn't on this list. I know I used a bunch of versions from the Archie comics, but like I said, they're so good. Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Gaming. Later, gamers.